Hello there, fabulous, and welcome to another video of mine. This is a little bit different. I normally don't do stuff like this, but I went on a trip and I never got to vlog about it, but I guess I just wanted to be able to talk about my experience in traveling to Tokyo, Guangzhou, mainland China, and Hong Kong. Just wanted to share with you my trip overseas through my Instagram. I know that sounds really weird, but again, I never recorded being in Asia, so we're making do with what we have. So this is going to be a makeshift vlog through my Instagram stories. So I recently went to Asia. I went to Tokyo, Guangzhou, China, and to Hong Kong as well. And it was possibly one of the most inspirational things I've ever gone through, I guess you can say. So I was in Tokyo for about a week. For Square Sounds. Square Sounds is a chiptunes music festival that happens in Tokyo every year. And they just announced a new location, which is in Melbourne or Sydney, but it's definitely in Australia. Look at the details right here. I streamed my entire experience there, so I streamed all my time in Tokyo. This is actually Shinjuku, Tokyo, where I was staying. I streamed there every single morning, so 8 a.m. Tokyo time, but like 8 p.m. Here in New York. Most of my time I spent kind of like at arcade games, Taiko Station that you see here. I'm obsessed with winning prizes from the arcade machines and just in general. It's so much fun that I've actually have a store for it. Check it out here. But it's one of my pride and treasures. If there's anything you can ever do while you are in Tokyo is to eat pepper lunch. Interesting thing where it's like the meat literally cooks in your plate, but it's like fast, but it's like it's like a fast food version of it. So you get like really good fresh vegetables, meat, cooked right in front of you, and it was reasonably cheap. Like I stuffed my face. This is so good. Pepper lunch it's called. So there is a pepper lunch in Manhattan right now. Details are right here, but you should go check it out. It's so good. Oh my god, I'm just mouth watering right now just like looking at it. While I was there, I saw a Sword Art Online arcade game. I thought that was pretty interesting. The new Sword Art Online Alizations came out. I'm not crazy about the game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not crazy about it. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who gave their opinion on what they want to see at Tokyo. It really helped me be able to really give you guys the stuff you want to see. And so I did the best I could. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating the content. So here are some of the stuff you guys asked for. I made it my mission to eat Japanese every single morning, and it was absolutely delicious. And obviously I would splurge a little bit for lunch, but you have to admit their version, lunches in Japan are just it's so good. And this is probably one of my favorite dishes. Getting all the loot. So the first day of Square Sounds was amazing. It was a pre-party. I got to meet a bunch of chiptuners as well as like musicians. I'm like living this all over again right now. Shout out to the dudes who wear amazing footwear, like killed it. Like I said before and I said it again, I was streaming my entire experience on Live It. I was showing you guys all over Tokyo and showing you the best places to see as well as some iconic things about it. So that Don Quixote is actually in a game, or it's replicated in a game called Yakuza Kiwami 2, which we played. If you want to check out the video for that, check it out on my YouTube. But yeah, it's literally the same area in the video game that we played before, and just walking and just seeing like the streets exactly the same was super hella good. So I got to be able to stream at Yoyogi Park. We went to the shrine there, and while we were there, like there was a wedding procession with kids in kimonos and everything. It was so freaking cute. Like I think it was like a kid's day or something like that. It was on a Sunday. Mostly you should go there on a Sunday. I also got to go to a cat cafe that same day. We could feed the cats, we could like pet them, but there were so many cats. Oh my god. And you have to like pay money to feed them, and they come after you when you start feeding them. They get super nice. Like at first it's like they don't want you to touch them, but then if you give them a treat, it's like a cat transaction. They won't come unless you give them a treat, and that's their payment. Day 2 of Square Sounds was amazing. Went to the Square Enix Cafe, which was pretty interesting. It was in Akiba. You can get there by the train line. They have really cute things like these little mango chocobo spritzers, Shiva Diamond Dusty Ices, and like their little candies inside. It's so freaking yummy. Like it's like jelly and waffle crackers. It's a pleasant surprise. Then they had the Seesaw ice cream pop from Kingdom Hearts. And I kid you not, I didn't expect it to be so good. It is salty, it is sweet, it is yummy. You gotta have it if you get to go to Akihabara Square Enix Cafe. During my stay there, I went on a Studio Ghibli tour. I streamed part of it and was able to showcase some of the places here, and particularly this hotel lobby that was inspired by Hayao Miyazaki. So this is pretty an inspirational bridge because it's in the hotel, and it's the same bridge that Hayao Miyazaki found inspiration from in the movie Spirited Away. So there's a point in the movie in Spirited Away where Chihiro has to cross this bridge in the movie, holding her breath to get into Yubaba's bathhouse, and obviously she doesn't make it. But the inspiration for that bridge and just like the bathhouse, Yubaba's bathhouse at the end of it, came from this hotel. Apparently, Hayao Miyazaki used to travel to different parts of places in Tokyo to gain inspiration for his animation. So the same vases that we're seeing outside Yubaba's office are the same ones that are in this hotel as well. So it's very interesting to see where he got his inspiration. Another part is the lobby here of the hotel is a big enclosed kind of like greenery, and it's the same inspiration for inside the bathhouse with Spirited Away. Even the bathroom has the same style as you can see here. These are the bathrooms here. This is the inside of the hotel, and it inspired Hayao Miyazaki's Yubaba's bathhouse in Spirited Away. It was beautiful, honestly. It's freaking gorgeous, like the hotel. This is the outside area that has also inspired Hayao Miyazaki when he was creating Spirited Away. He would come here often, and the idea is that you can literally walk within like the waterfall and up into the back. It's literally, you feel like you're being spirited away, and I think you can understand when you're watching Spirited Away how all this really inspired him to create certain characteristics of Spirited Away and how it came from so much that was around him. So in the movie, obviously the walls are all painted with like obviously like Japanese. And that was also the inspiration for the color usage and the decoration within the bathhouse. When you go into the city for Spirited Away, Chihiro first arrives into the city, and this city was inspired by a place called the Endo Architectural Museum. So you see that a lot of the aspects of inside this architectural museum inspire Hayao Miyazaki's work. It's also cool to say that he was so inspired at this place, he ended up making their mascot, which is this little guy here. The buildings that really inspired Hayao Miyazaki ended up showing in his movies. As you can see, the same is shown. Obviously, they're green, and the kind of architect for the European style was kind of mimicked. You see how the architect for this bumper particularly really inspired him to literally mimic those same. Homaji's room in Spirited Away is actually inspired by this stationery shop within this architectural museum. A lot of the buildings in this architectural museum were found from other places. Most of the houses were disassembled and then reassembled back into this museum. There's a military house in this compound that inspired Chihiro's room in the movie. You can see how like these are like the actual inside of the building, and this is what her house looked like. There's a scene where she's like next to the windows, and it's probably one of the most iconic scenes. It's also the one where all the paper airplanes came in as well. So at the end of this tour, you get to actually go to the Studio Ghibli Museum. So you don't just go all through this and you don't get to go to the museum. Unfortunately, pictures are not allowed in the museum. So if you want to take the pictures, you only can do them outside in certain places. These are some of the places you can do it. Mostly it's the outside of the building, the gateway, and obviously where Totoro meets you or greets you. Just pretty much the outside, even the sign. Anything else is very, very not okay. There's an outside area that I was allowed to take pictures of, but this is the cafeteria. This is the cafeteria that's at Studio Ghibli Museum. It's beautiful. It's so cute and quaint, but the line for the cafe was ridiculously long. So get there early if you can. This is the outside courtyard. You're also allowed to take videos here. Only outside the studio you're allowed to take videos and pictures of. And literally the whole idea is that you're supposed to just get lost in this and kind of discover yourself, discover, you know, creativity and liveliness and love and compassion through not only this you know, the studio, but also through all the animation and work that built Studio Ghibli. Okay, can you guys guess what this movie is from? If you can, comment below and let me know. They have this exclusive Miyazaki beer that is actually designed by Miyazaki himself, so he made the label for this, and it's actually really, really good. So if you ever get the chance to try Hayao Miyazaki's beer, please do so if you get to Studio Ghibli. It's really good. Unfortunately, you can't buy it and take it with you. You have to drink it on the premise. This is another place where you can also take a picture, but this is outside on the rooftop. So you might need to do some searching to find this one, but I'll let you guys find him. Can you guess where this is from? If you can, let me know in the comments below. The next day we went to an owl cafe where you literally can pet owls. I streamed my time at the owl cafe. We were there for like 3 hours or something like that, just like streaming and like talking to, like petting the owls and stuff like that. But if you missed the stream, just know that there is an owl cafe in Shinjuku that you guys can check out. Say hello to Coco and Fuko if you do see them. They're adorable, they're so cute, and all the wonderful animals that are there as well. So I arrived in China after leaving Tokyo and being in Tokyo and having a good time, and went to this place called Guangzhou. It's very much of an agricultural city. There's lots of foliage, there's lots of beauty, but there's also modernization, obviously. Like, there are a lot of like malls and, you know, luxurious places. It reminds me a lot of New York too, which is so crazy, but it's such a beautiful place, such a beautiful place. I was there for National Day in Guangzhou, so it was kind of like their version of the 4th of July, and it was just really incredible to see. It's just really awesome to see how they celebrated, you know, their National Day, you know, and I think that's cool. I was mostly sick in China, but I still streamed every single day, so if you missed it, there's nothing I can do about it. But most social media is banned there. Google, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The place that I stayed in Guangzhou Hotel, this beautiful place called the Garden Hotel. It is amazing. It's beautiful, it's big, it's reasonably cheap. Smack dab in the middle of kind of like downtown Guangzhou, so it's like malls everywhere, lots of shopping, lots of like, you know, supermarkets for food. The train is right there too. There's a Starbucks, they had Pizza Hut and McDonald's. Most 5 stars will have English speaking attendees, by the way, just to let you know. So if you ever get nervous, but the view was amazing. I was on like the 28th floor. If you have questions about my stay in Guangzhou, let me know in the comments below. So I also went to Hong Kong. Some of the pictures are going to be pretty sad, so I do apologize for this. I tried to have a good time, but we're going to start with some good pictures. Yeah, I did have a great time in Hong Kong. Absolutely great time. None of it really interfered with my travels. A lot of the protests were organized, but you could definitely feel the people's frustration. So I was able to enjoy the city for what it's worth and enjoy the cuisine. Now this is actually called Gubni. If you ever get a chance to try it, there's no place. It's authentic Korean fried chicken. And I've never had it. I've always seen it in K dramas. I've never been able to try it. So after trying it, I was so happy. It's so freaking good. I wish there was a good thing in America. It's so freaking good. So if you ever get a chance to try it in Hong Kong. It's afternoon British tea. I got to experience so many little sandwiches, and you get tea and you have crumpets and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys know, but Hong Kong used to be owned by the British, and so there's a lot of British influence in Hong Kong. I mean, that's what made it democratic, because it was under the control of Britain, which was a democracy, and thus it's a democracy. Like, I think about what's going on, and I wish I could do more. I wish I could do more. All in all, my trip to Hong Kong was awesome. My trip in general was awesome, but it was such nice weather. Possibly the most awe-inspiring emotional trips I've ever taken. And the best part was when I broke the FGO game.